Hey there guys, Larry Koch back with another episode of Brainy Marketing. Welcome if it's your first time, and if you've joined us for another video, great to have you back, and we hope you find this video useful. If you do, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, really helps. Right, so today we're going to dive straight in because I want to keep this video short. It should be simple if I explain it easily enough. This is going to be what you should be picking as your main designation, B2B or B2C, if your company happens to sell in both ways. Now, straight out of the gate, let's just dive straight in. If you're being asked to pick for whatever reason, like you have a supplier or whatever that's asking you that question, then this is going to be a useful video for you. And straight out of the gates, I want to go in with the obvious, which is revenues. If your company does like 75% of their revenues selling to other businesses versus the general public or the customer, then clearly you want to put yourself, or you might want to put yourself as a business. If you expect this to change in the future, then obviously account for that. So the inverse would be true if you primarily sell to customers. So if most of your revenues are coming from one or the other, it goes without saying you would pick the other one if you were backed into a corner. Now, for companies where it's a bit more difficult, where you're not sure how the future is going to pan out, maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're still in customer development, you're not exactly sure, or it's pretty much 50-50, then you're going to want to look at a few other key metrics. And so those are usually or actually related to the price and the sales cycle and the decision making. If you have, generally speaking, a high ticket price, so it costs a lot to buy your product or to get your service or to download your software, whatever it is, if it costs a lot, if it takes the person a long sales cycle, like it takes them many months to sort of get bought in and get over the line, and also if it's kind of tough for them to make the decision, and also the variability. So if you are actually saying to the person, okay, if you have these certain circumstances, I'm going to give you this price. If you have these other circumstances, I'm going to give you this price, and your pricing is sort of changing depending on the person, you actually, even if you're selling consumer services, products or software, if you meet all those criteria, you are actually more in the B2B camp if you're sitting on the fence about it, because your sales cycle is the same sort of thing. B2B generally has longer sales cycles, variable pricing, and quite complicated decision making because you've got different people in the company. Whilst in the B2C side, it's only one person making the decision, it can still be a really big thing for them. Like if they're going to invest money with your firm, buy a house, big decisions like that, or coaching services in particular, it's going to take some time for them to get over the line. You're more going to be doing a lot of the strategies that typically B2B companies do. So that's worth bearing in mind. Go that way. Now, the only other way it works on the flip side is if you're selling B2C products and they have kind of a low value, or people are not expecting to buy them in particularly large volume. So this isn't a lot of businesses, but this can be your business. So a great example would be Vistaprint, which is the online stationery website. And so obviously they sell to other businesses because most of the people that want branded stationery and business cards, all of that, work in businesses. But the way that it's set up is kind of so transactional and so e-commerce and just so on a person by person basis that obviously the decision making for like buying a pack of business cards is trivial in the organization. You actually, in that case, would fit more as a B2C model. Now, of course, in the specific case of Vistaprint, they obviously do manage large accounts, directly the same way most stationery companies or product companies work, but the significant volume of their sales is actually done on the B2C side. So I would actually, or this sort of B2B light side. So for them, they will be using a lot of the same tactics that B2C companies use. So hope that clears it up. If you're sort of on the fence about where it's going to go, hope that helps you clear up which one you should pick if you're forced to pick. Thanks a lot, and see you for the next video. Cheers. Hey there, brainy marketers. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you found it useful, do us a favor and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video on all of your social media channels. So go ahead and do all those things, and we'll see you for the next video. Cheers.